Okay, so you think you're ready to hire a VA. Let's look into doing that without losing your mind or your money. If you're buried under emails, scheduling, intake calls, social media posts, you might be wondering, is it time to hire a VA? Maybe, but let's make sure you're ready first. Ask yourself these questions. Do I know exactly what I want to delegate? Have instructions, expectations, and flow works documented? That's SOPs, by the way. Am I prepared to train someone or at least guide them? Because if you can't delegate clearly, you're not offloading, you're just transferring the chaos. So what can a VA do for you? VAs can manage emails and calendars, do client intake and onboarding. Of course, with Maven, they don't have to do that. They can help scheduling meetings, coordinate social content, prep reports, and they can even manage light bookkeeping and oftentimes reconciliation if they're trained. But remember, they're not mind readers, so you still need systems in place. Here's how to vet your VA. Ask for work samples or references. Clarify their niche. Are they admin, tech, design? Where do they fit in? Interview for communication style and reliability. Communications are paramount. Confirm their time zone and availability. That's huge, very inconvenient if they're out of this country. And get testimonials from real clients. You know that testimonials are gold because they're your shortcut to knowing what working with them looks like and feels like. And you should know this already because you need testimonials for the exact same reason. And what should you expect to pay? Well, this loose guide assumes that you're hiring US based. And of course, you're free to hire internationally, but you need to be cautious because language barriers aren't just about English fluency. Bookkeeping has its own language, and often fluent speakers may not be fluent in bookkeeping. And that creates unique challenges because there's little room for error in the detailed world of a bookkeeper. So tread carefully there. And how much to pay? Rates vary wildly, so here's a very rough guide. For entry-level, task-based, overseas, expect to pay $10 to $20 an hour. Mid-level, based in the US, specialized, $25 to $40 an hour. And high-skill, executive VAs, very tech-savvy, US-based, $40 to $75 an hour. And how are you going to go about paying them? Firstly, you want to set very clear expectations for payment upfront before you even get started. You can use platforms like PayPal, Wise, Venmo, or ACH. And normally weekly or biweekly is the common pay schedule. Some of your VAs may prefer retainer packages, though. That's up to them. But always sign a work agreement or contract, some kind of an engagement letter, even if it's really simple, because the clarity protects both sides. So, what should your expectations be? Well, firstly, don't expect instant perfection. You've got a learning curve going on here, and you've got to learn to work together. Define your deliverables and your deadlines. Use project management tools like Maven, and they can have their own login so you can see where they are in the process to track their work. You can also hold regular check-ins, even if it's just 15 minutes a week. Remember, this is a partnership. It's not a plug-and-play robot. You have to train your VA like you're training your future management. Why? Because they may actually become that one day. Hiring a VA can definitely elevate your practice, but only if you do it wisely. So define your needs, get referrals, set expectations. And remember, you're building a team here. You're not just outsourcing tasks. Want help knowing if you're ready to build a team? Watch other episodes of the 4-Minute Maven right here. And please, we'd love you to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, if you've got another 4 minutes, we've got another episode. Up next, indecision is a bottleneck. 5 ways it's silently sabotaging your business. That's an important one. If you struggle with decision makings, this one's for you. We'll see you there.